What kind of glass are those?
Glasses? They're Cazal.
Cool. I never heard that brand.
Was that a technique you just used on me?
No.
Rivera, roll those opening titles.
It's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about control. And if you can take it, it's all about the debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about the pain. Who's gonna make it? I am the game. You don't wanna play me. I am control. No way you can change me. I am the heavy debt. No way you can pay me.
Transmitted from a lighthouse that warns ships about other lighthouses. Encoded by a cryptographer who only works in crayon. This is the Sam Hyde Show. Tonight, we explore what happens to the body when it decides to stop being embarrassed, uncover the Italian municipality that has been technically on fire since 1987, and speak with a man who's been training for an emergency he won't describe. And now, your host. His blood type is considered a spoiler. The Sam Hyde Show.
How do I look? I'm nervous.
Are you really?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I watched your videos when in my formative years.
That's so cool. I think you're a force of nature, bro. I think what you do is incredible.
How would you feel if I gave you an introduction?
I don't think I'm super famous anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like when you do a podcast, someone, you gotta let them run the show. So it's whatever you want to do.
Is that some sort of trick?
No. You're gonna keep saying
He's trying to trick me into doing, and I'm in his frame right now. If you don't know who Tyler Durden, Owen Cook from Real Social Dynamics is, you are not a certified UNC status PUA. We don't need to whip out the N-word this early in the intro.
Right.
What are you, nuts? I find Owen's content especially interesting because in the 2000s and then the 2010s, there was a transformation, I feel like, from just sort of pure pickup artistry into like meaningful personal development. It was just a fascinating transformation to watch. So today we will be talking to, I sound like a little baby, wee, and then they can Photoshop me sucking my thumb, and that's the new meme. This guy's sucking his thumb. Wee.
What if you put your thumb in your mouth and sucked it and then claim that was a Photoshop? It's like, that's a really good Photoshop. Our Photoshop team is really good.
Hey, that's AI. Okay. It is comfy with that sound.
I think it's great.
We might have to just bring that in for future episodes. It's so peaceful, it's like being in a weed bubbler. The most peaceful thing imaginable when you live in a small apartment and you can't get away from the smell of weed. That's why a weed bubbler is the most relaxing sound to me. Let's make eye contact, okay? You've seen what's going on with the mogging and the Looksmaxing.
Yeah.
And there is a ongoing battle to subvert, suppress, corrupt young men. Life is difficult. There are rules that people don't make you aware of. I mean, if you go through your standard education, there's so much that you don't learn.
Yeah.
The angle to start attacking this, because the angle that I got into it and I heard you starting from was how to get pussy. We can start there.
Sure. Yeah.
Fuck it.
Okay, so a couple things. So first of all, one of the things that would always piss me off, like just in general, in the community, even the community that I come from, is that people trash the opposing point of view without finding some kind of value in it. So I think the Looksmaxing community is really interesting. Like, I'm 46, right? I don't need to be one of these 46-year-olds like, the young generation, they're not doing it the old way. Like, I've met Clavicular briefly. I thought he was an incredibly nice guy. I respect him as a social media influencer. I think it's really, really, really hard to generate that much attention, right? A lot of people bash on Clav, but and I'm not saying that he's in this position, but he gets bashed a lot, right? And how would people feel, for example, if he went, I'm not saying he would do this, but let's say he went and blew his fucking brains out. Like, people forget he's a human being, right? He's doing a really good job of generating attention. And he's also goes out. Like, I have respect for anybody who goes out and actually puts it on the line. This guy's streaming. He's not just pussying out, staying at home. He actually goes out. He actually shows his stuff. He's completely transparent. He's also completely non-approval seeking, So I like those aspects. As far as Looksmaxing though, if I was being honest with you.
I thought we were talking about how to get pussy.
Well, I'm getting to that.
Okay.
As far as that though, and that is a trend, I would kind of leave it with your team here to describe kind of what we did yesterday. And if looks has anything to do with it, because we went out last night, rather than me just coming on and giving my opinion, you guys are third party. You guys met me yesterday. Could you guys describe what we did yesterday?
It was a pretty dead night, but we really just went up to people and just talked to them, and it was the easiest thing in the world. And the thing that was so shocking was how simple it was. You just have to have good vibes and want to have fun, because that's all the girls want to do. It's a little grim at the same time at how base it was, you know? And just like you were talking about, girls will be talking about their boyfriends while they're engaging physically with you. You said you'd see guys making out with the girls and they'd be talking about their boyfriends. And you said the level of infidelity was like through the roof. It's way more than people anticipate.
Way more than people think. Yeah, I mean, you can even go talk to someone like as a couple and just engage them. A lot of time the girl will jump on you. And it doesn't matter if you're good looking or not.
That all tracks, and I don't disagree with you, but Valentine, do you think it matters that you're in like the 0.1% of good looking people?
I wouldn't say 0.1%, but at the same time, no, because
Don't flip your hair like an Australian surfer.
I didn't mean to do that. It was
Don't laugh
accidental.
like a successful stockbroker in a movie when you're talking about how you're not handsome
Well, let me put it this
with the
way.
glasses and beard.
He said a
I
normal
couldn't
thing.
believe it. All these fat Hispanic women were all over me because I was so socially good. It's crazy. I just opened up a little bit, and these big blobs that are desperate for white DNA were trying to climb me.
And there is quite a bit of footage of that. What's your name?
Good to meet you.
Luke. Luke.
Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like your
Yes. That's exactly what
do
it
you have
is.
colored eyes?
Do I have what?
Colored eyes.
Yes, I've colored eyes.
They're natural.
I don't need a wingman, but thank you.
Unfortunately.
Luckily, I look like a leprechaun and I get the same result. I think I kind of always represented this kind of like funny looking ginger guy who could go out and do it. That was kind of like always my role, was basically to show that anybody could do it. I've done this even in a wheelchair. So I was in a wheelchair for 6 months.
Yeah.
And I was still going out and doing this in the wheelchair.
Damn.
Yeah.
I witnessed Owen as soon as we walked into the bar. There was a couple, and you engaged with them in a friendly manner, and then just immediately took the female, which was like this French, like beautiful French girl, and like took her by the hand, like come meet my friend's dog. And then like the boyfriend, like not to be demeaning, but the boyfriend would just like stay at the bar like
He
that.
did nothing.
You look like Latina, yeah. But can you meet my friends for 1 second?
I can, yeah.
Okay, I'll bring her right back, okay?
Sure.
Come. These are my friends. I want you to meet his dog. See his dog?
Okay, here's the story.
Yes.
I have the exact same dog at home. I'm
Then
not
yeah, say hi to
joking.
it.
Like this is my dog. This is my dog.
Yeah.
Can I meet the dog?
She wants to meet the dog.
He let him steal his Parisian girlfriend. And I was talking to her, and she was touching me, and she was fishing for a phone number, and I was like, well, she's French. I ain't gonna see. And I just let her go. And he was like, you could have got her number. And I was like, and that was the goal. I just wanted the number. But I let her go because I was like, well, her boyfriend's right there. I don't want to be rude. But that's just how
What a nightmare.
game is. Yeah.
When you got started, it was about getting pussy.
The basic epiphany was that if you want to get the specific kind of girl that you'd like to have a family with or a relationship with, rather than like just getting obsessed over that one girl and becoming a stalker, like in the movie Hitch, get better at social skills in general, and then you'll have the social skills to meet the person who you want.
I want to talk about the basic epiphany you had that started you off. That's it?
Yeah, because you know, I remember being in college and I think I had a crush on some girl named Amanda and another crush on a girl named Leah or something. And I'd be like, wow, like maybe she could be my girlfriend. And then you'd see her and be like, hey, Amanda. And then she's kind of weirded out because you're taking it too seriously. Versus if you just get used to chatting everybody, then they call that abundance versus scarcity. And then now you're in a better position to meet somebody who you'd actually like to be in a relationship with. Like if you want to meet somebody who's special, you're unlikely to do that if you start ruminating on them and getting limerence and obsessing over them versus if you just go out for a night and just chat with everybody. And then you might not get the specific person you want, but you're gonna meet somebody like that.
What would a young man do if he was not the type that gained energy from social interactions?
I understand that, and I'm very, very empathetic to that, to being a natural introvert. My firstborn son, Vincent, is autistic, actually. He's completely autistic. And from seeing Vincent's diagnosis, I probably in retrospect realized that I probably had what you'd call Asperger's or light level autism. So it makes me a little bit rough around the edges. And this is just what I learned from seeing
I
his
like
therapy.
that you pronounce it properly too, Asperger.
Yeah, Asperger's.
Well, you had it right the first time.
Yeah.
Go
Okay.
ahead.
So basically, so seeing that, I was shit scared to go do it. You know, I was just shit scared to do it. I also don't gain energy from, working. Right. I lose energy from working. I lose energy from all sorts of shit. But the point is that at a certain point, if you want a result, you've got to power through that. So guys are like, well, I don't want to do it. It's like, well, cool. Good luck.
But I have a hard time believing. I think that you probably gain energy from social.
So thank you for saying that. So now I do. But so many different people will be like, well, you're just like a freak of nature because you gain energy from. Well, if some dude trains in the gym for 20 fucking years, he probably also likes it or does jogging for 20 years. That doesn't mean that's how he started.
Do you think age plays into like the confidence?
I thought you were going to say, do you think AIDS?
Do you think, no, AIDS.
Yep.
I think you get more confidence as you get older. I think it gets easier as you get older.
If you have AIDS?
No, I don't think that'd be great.
Okay.
I think it gets harder when you get older.
Time limit.
Talk about how you actually feel, it says. We don't have 45 minutes.
Go from this to this. Mars Man.
Huh? Which probably means
Mars Man.
first and foremost. Second of all,
Mars Man.
where you're talking to,
Mars Man.
but you're talking to them like you're asking them for,
Mars Man.
and like, I would say,
Mars Man.
oh, this section's mandatory, so strap in. For a limited time, our listeners can get 50% off for life, plus free shipping and 3 free gifts. You get a lens cap. You get my phone. You get
Mars Man.
boom. And it's also available on Amazon. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them our show sent you. That's mengotomars.com. The difference between the 2000s and now, would you say it's more innocent and fun and playful? Movies like American Pie, it was like Get Pussy was a thing that people were kind of at the forefront of their minds. The initial sort of spark of wisdom of the 2000s pickup artist stuff was that the game that we're all playing, this fun game, has at its core some type of behavioral science mechanisms that can be, you can tune your performance to do better with regard to these behavioral science mechanisms. And now, I feel like increasingly for young men, it feels like the walls are closing in general, not just in a social sense, but the walls are closing in. The dynamic between the sexes, it's probably more hostile now than it was in the 2000s, I would guess.
Yeah.
It's not the kind of hostility that you can write off as, oh, this girl's having a bad day or something. I think there is an undercurrent of hatred of men that has been sort of behind the scenes, waggling tentacles and sort of percolating up to the surface in various locations. And I think the male response to that might be multifaceted. It might be just like MGTOW type stuff. I mean, I think that the Looksmaxing thing, the thing about it is these guys are handsome and they're playing a go out and have fun social game. At the core of what they're doing is like total pragmatic cynicism about what all this is, which is survival of the fittest. Take as much as you can, kill or be killed, be the most handsome guy in the room. Which I don't know if those were the vibes in the 2000s or not.
Not at all, no.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to understand that the key differentiator here was that up until 2019, you had, okay, so first of all, I want to be clear that like, I'm someone where I can be criticized and I can take the criticism, okay? One of the critiques that used to exist about the dating content was that it was, you would censor people to preserve their identity. You would go get videos out in the real world and you would make sure people are censored so that they're never identified. But there was a lot of critique about, doing real life interaction footage. I get it, you know what I'm saying? Like I get the critique on that. And so what happened was about half of those channels were deleted overnight. One guy even committed suicide. A guy named Tom Torero actually killed himself over this. For real, by the way. This is real, okay? I mean, you've been through this, right? And you came through the other side of it really well, but maybe for somebody not as resilient, who have, they have a car lease, they have an apartment, they have people who depend on them, staff, et cetera, and they just have they get rug pulled like that, you know, it destroys them. So the point is that about half those channels were deleted. Now, the other people that were left immediately removed all of that content. So you basically had like thousands of hours of real life interaction footage where you could see how this stuff played out. So it was not really in question. Now, there was a lot of people back then, different creators who wouldn't put out real life interaction footage. And they were actually not that popular because if they would have an opinion on dating or attraction, people would just simply say to them, well, hey, why don't you just, you know, post some videos of what it looks like, right? Because you can see more by looking at a video of a real life social interaction. Within about 30 seconds, you can see more than 10 hours of talking about it, just by seeing what it actually looks like. It's extremely mind-blowing. It's very perspective altering, but the most important thing is this. Sex is fun, obviously. Anyone who says it's not fun, or, you know, some people will say, oh, sex is like empty. It's like, it's not empty.
It's uncomfortable.
It sucks.
Itches.
So
it's disgusting.
So the point being is like, it's not like the be-all, end-all of life, but it is something important for a young man to learn, you know, how to deal with.
Well, if you don't have it, you'll
Elliot Rogers, I remember he had me on his list of people that he wanted to murder, actually.
Whoa.
So, you know, yeah, he would have killed me.
The Supreme Gentleman was gunning for you?
You're a Christian, right?
Yeah.
If you believe in demonic possession, I think that is a very real example of demon possession that you can look up. Yeah, some guys do go over the edge with it, and it's like a way for like negative energy to get in them, and I think it's very dangerous to have a bunch of like excess males running around with low self-esteem. It's horrible. Basically what happened was back then, the main lesson was like, you're enough. Like if you could just accept yourself, like if you were to look at what we did yesterday, there was nothing that complicated about it, right? Like you guys were saying to me, hey, could you coach him a little bit before we go out? And we did a little bit for like a couple of minutes just to like kind of go along with like the fun of it. But basically we just went out and just from a place of total self-acceptance and just having a good time, we were having fun with everybody. And yeah, we had one quiet night out last night. We can go out 7 days a week for the next fucking 10 years and it will just get more awesome. And we could do that anytime you want. So this was all online and you could see examples of it. So if a guy was maybe short or bald or didn't feel good about himself, he could see role models and examples of guys who were successful in creating attraction and had good social lives. And they could see clear-cut examples of it, which then they had a direction to actually pursue, which is basically self-acceptance and learning how to get to the core of them being authentic and then not being scared and having fun. And it just went fucking awesome. Now, a lot of the ideas that kind of go viral around that kind of thinking were more about things like, you know, negs or peacocking. And that's kind of the clickbait, but that's not the core of what was actually being taught. The core of what was being taught was what we did yesterday. I didn't need to get you to do a neg or peacocking. You know, I mean, I guess you did a bit of peacocking, but the point is like that was for fun.
That's pre-cocking.
He's on autopilot. He's pre-cocked.
He's pre-cocked.
Okay. I've done this in a wheelchair. Like I've literally gone out in a wheelchair and had a fun dating life because I accepted myself, okay? It comes down to self-acceptance. So what happened was there was a lot of guys who I like a lot. I'm not, again, like I'm a pretty agreeable person for whatever reason. I think some people have just different degrees of agreeability. I tend to just like people. I don't know why. I actually like really don't know why. The point being was there would be guys who had very, very, very small followings because they wouldn't show real life interaction footage. They would give dating advice, attraction advice, but they wouldn't show what it actually looks like, okay? And so they could never get a big following because they'd be talking about this for hours, giving their opinions, and then the fans would just say, hey, just, why are we talking about this for 5 hours? Just show it.
I'm sorry, but did they not show it because they were maybe embarrassed of how they went, or
Did they suck at it?
because they think maybe they're giving their secrets away?
I think that they have good advice, and I think that they probably do well within maybe a social circle, but they don't quite have the balls to like just go out and do it. Because you guys have to understand, like when I go do that with you guys, I hope that I make it look pretty easy and fun and all that. But you guys got to remember, like I'm out here at the other end of the country, not sleeping in my own bed. I'm on fuck all sleep. I'm just coming off a seminar.
Wow.
And I can come out and see you guys and fucking suck. There's no guarantee I'm gonna have a good night. That's a lot of pressure to take. A lot of the teachers just couldn't handle the pressure of it, of like looking dumb or like having a bad night. I'm kind of a gambler. You know, I like to do like just risky things. I take risky hikes. I do a lot of dumb shit. You guys even offer me the chance to just break it down from the car. And I'm like, I'm going in. Let's go, right? As soon as I'm just like, let's go. I'm a gambler. I just fuck it. You know, if you have a bad night, you have a bad night. But I think a lot of the guys just couldn't handle it. And they would not get popular because people would say, come on, man, let's see you fucking do it. So when all that footage got deleted, those guys became really big. And they were the ones that were more like, you need to be fucking rich. You got to have this car. You got to have this money. You got to look like this. And then people believe it because it looks intuitively accurate more than some random ginger guy. Like, it doesn't matter at all. Just be yourself. And be like, yeah, right. But it was actually common knowledge back in the 2010s that you could be yourself.
Take with life.
What would you say to a young man who is feels completely lost right now?
I'd say turn off the fucking internet. Stop being a fucking pussy.
No.
Well, that's just what I'd say.
I can't stop.
Okay.
I feel like I'm missing out if I put the phone down.
Sure. So watch it and enjoy, but don't let it get in your fucking head.
Can't help it. It's like a rolling log that's going 24/7, and if I'm not looking at it actively, I'm thinking about what it probably says.
Yeah, this is a little bit advanced, but I could go into it. You have an incredible advantage.
Good I am at computers.
Yeah, exactly. The advantage that you have, Sam, is that human beings respond to certainty, okay? So if you believe that you're the fucking man, like you just absolutely believe, I am the best possible option for this person that I'm talking to. Is it real? Is it not real? I don't know. But the point is that you've got to believe that on some level. If you're very, very, very certain of that, it becomes hypnotic, okay?
Are you capturing his hypnotic eyes on this camera? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'd encourage anyone at home to look this up because it's really, really game changing. It's called RAS, Reticular Activation System, okay? RAS. In my personal view, if you don't know what RAS is, you're fucked, okay? It's gonna fuck your life up really bad. But basically what it is selective focus. So our brain is designed to alter reality based on selective focus. Now that might sound hard to believe, but in effect what happens, if you look at, say, for example, a hypnotist, okay? One of my best friends, Marcel Klein, he's a hypnotist. The things that Marcel can do are terrifying.
I thought Marcel was a mime.
A meme?
That's
mime.
Marcel.
Oh,
There's a famous mime named Marcel.
cool. Okay, so Marcel is so fucking good at hypnosis. He will tell people like, you're Owen. And then people just get up and start acting just like me. He can get them to believe that, he can get them to believe some fucked up shit. Like, he can get them to believe anything, okay? Like sexual orientation, like, bro, this shit gets fucked up, bro. Now, he does it to help people to make them more confident. But the
Sounds really helpful.
yeah, exactly, right?
You're gay.
It's the most insane thing you've ever fucking seen. He coached Jake Paul from the start and was there for him at the start of his boxing career. He basically took a YouTuber and got him like becoming a boxer and stuff and saying what he's done.
He got this black guy to be in a sauna with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's crazy.
I've never seen this. But anyway, so point being though, Marcel can do hypnosis at the highest of levels, right? Mystery, my original mentor, my OG, who I learned from, does illusions, right? So he can take a pen and go poof like this, and it looks like the pen disappeared. We see the trick, and it looks completely real, but we never actually pause and go, what the fuck does that mean about human perception if someone can make me think something disappeared? What the fuck does that say about human perception if someone can be hypnotized to believe that they're like a duck and like go around and they believe it? The things that you see though, for real, are insane, right? Like Mystery, if you see him do magic, it is unfucking believable. So the point—
Is it really though?
To me, yeah.
What does he do?
He could make that can just lift up in the air and it looks completely real that it's levitating. He can read your brain to the point that he knows what you're thinking.
Really?
He can take things and make them disappear. Bring him on here, bro. He can do all this stuff. He's a G, okay? This is like the OG, bro, who taught me way back in the day. So we see
He
this.
can read your mind?
Really read your mind?
Yeah, but what does he say when he's reading your mind? What
He'll
did he
start
tell
telling you
you?
what you're thinking, what numbers you're thinking, thoughts on your mind,
Numbers?
information.
He tells you what thoughts are on your mind?
I guess what I'm getting at is that human perception is very alterable, okay? This is a horrible example. I don't like to bring it up, but even when you see things like these horrific genocides, and you wonder why human beings will
Gaza.
do, things like that, right? You wonder, how can people do that? Well, because they're under hypnosis, right? They're under this kind of perceptual crazy shit.
That's why? Okay. Let's not get into it.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at, say, a blitzkrieg, like in World War II, if you look that up, I mean, those people, when they're rushing towards Dunkirk, they're in like a fucking trance, right? And so human beings have that capacity that perception gets altered. You go to a court hearing, one person thinks one thing, another person thinks another thing. That's RAS. So basically RAS can be altered based on the behavior that's happening. So somebody who's really good at creating attraction, they're so certain of themselves. It's so real to them that they're the shit that people wind up getting pulled into that certainty for the same reason that Marcel can do hypnosis, the same reason Mystery can do magic. It's just that degree of certainty is very, very high. And that degree of certainty is something that I actually think defines you, which is that you're not someone who's sucked into this. Do you have a hard time just going with the flow? Because there's something in your fucking brain that says, I'm just seeing this in my own opinion.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a big challenge that you have, right? And you'll have controversial opinions. So you're like, I don't want to cause a bunch of shit, but this is what I'm seeing. And so you have that capacity, and that's what makes you a leader. But that capacity that you have, that ability to see the world through your own eyes, if you go out and you socialize, that is super, 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 super fucking potent. So you have to believe on some level, I'm the shit, regardless that I'm not like Looksmaxing or whatever. You got to believe that. And if you believe that, people will start to buy into that. But if you're somebody who's more in group think, then you go, well, I don't look like the thing up on the magazine. Oh, I suck. And then what you're doing is you're trying to play catch up to meet that standard so that you can give yourself permission to think well of yourself.
All right, guys, it's time for an ad break. Let's see what the MyPillow guy has to say. Is he still broke? Is he a pedophile? We don't know for sure. We know he is selling some damn good pillows.
And he's a fucking hero.
He's a hero. Get you guys. Is he a hero?
It's a real hero.
All right, MyPillow guy. He's crying because he's broke. We'll be back in a minute, guys, with that ad break. Boom.
Do you have dreams of having a better sleep? How about a better pillow? Here's a 10-second clip of MyPillow being demonstrated. The most comfortable pillow we have ever made.
Through her neck and through that, she gets exactly what she needs for Angela. If she goes through that, she can mold it and get her perfect curve. You make the pillow fit you instead of trying to fit the pillow.
This has been an official endorsement of MyPillow. God bless the USA.
All right, we're back. Turns out Mike Liddell's pillows are the finest in the land. Is that what we just advertised? Are we doing sport drink?
Something.
Sport drinks, this is what we do. And that's the actual thing that we drink. And you said you were drinking Sport Dream, the nighttime supplement.
This guy does the dreams.
You said you were having cartoon-type dreams from the Sport Dream. Very
cartoonish.
Nice.
I like that.
Toe the party line.
Do you know about his story, Mike Lindell, what he's been through?
Mike Liddell's story?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Same thing
He's a
as
real
Luke.
hero.
Is he?
He has paid a tremendous financial price and social price of social capital and been banned off everything to try to help the country. It's really, really tough what he's been through. I think it's great if people would support him. It's really, really, really tough. This is a man of real courage. This is a real American right here.
Well, the last person that was sitting in that chair sort of brainwashed me into thinking something bad.
About what?
About Mike Liddell. Gene, you know anything about MyPillow?
Okay, that guy's creep.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
he's a
whoa.
Yeah.
He's a from way down there.
Our
Over there.
sponsor.
Okay,
our
dub
sponsor-
every just
He's a-
said.
Yeah. Go
He's,
ahead,
come on
continue.
now, you know that.
So you love the MyPillow?
No, actually, it's junk. It's a garbage product, to be honest with you, if you want my honest opinion.
What's
I
your...
do. Well, she was a bus stop lady, so it wasn't really cogent, but...
She's a hypnotist.
Yeah, so he's bounced back. I mean, Mike Lindell has paid a very big price to try to do the right thing. It's really tough. And he's now been exonerated completely because all the things that he said turned out to be true. It's hard to be that guy. And yeah.
We love the pillows.
We love the pillows, that's what I said.
Egyptian cotton, you can't beat it.
The stitching, the quality is just off the charts.
And the patented fill.
Guys, we're here with Owen Cook, alias Tyler Durden. You don't go by that anymore?
No.
That was a cool little phase, though.
Yeah, it's fun.
Let's take some calls, Owen.
Life advice is guys got to stop shutting out so much. It's a big problem. You know, girls don't want to hear about how everything's so terrible and, you know, society. We know. We get it. Stop shutting out, bro. Like, chill out. We'll talk about it in a calm manner. Don't come at me for it.
What does shutting out mean?
I think it's like a touch of doom, but also like, yeah, I would do that, but you can't because if you do that, it's complaining.
So it's like a Hitler guy with a job.
Wins
It's like
me.
complaining. It's like you.
But not, I don't complain.
I can't imagine worse game to spit to a girl. That's the type of guy that shows girls Sam Hyde videos. That is not good game.
I had a girl show me a Sam Hyde video.
And that's worse.
She didn't know who you were.
You should have punched her in the
quoting
face.
it. I called her an idiot. I was like, you don't know who this is?
Calling a woman is an idiot. That's awesome.
I called her yeah.
That's really good.
The women will never forget if you use a male insult on them. Asshole's good because you're literally an asshole.
Right.
Bastard.
So like a hot girl, a bastard.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, buddy.
Penis.
Let's go. Penis is a
Penis is
separate
so
category,
good.
okay? That's because the girl says to you, she goes, she's beautiful, everything's going well, and she says, as you're watching a movie, don't you think I kind of look like John Goodman? And then there's a slight triangulation of the face, and every time you look at this formerly beautiful woman, she looks like fucking John Goodman.
Wow.
And so you're like, yo, penis, make me a sandwich. You want some poopy kisses? You know what that is, Chris. That's a separate category. But if you're in public, you're just, riffing with a girl and she rubs you the wrong way, you're like, yeah, you sound like a stupid bastard. You are one stupid bastard right now. Saying that, calling her a douchebag.
Dickhead is so good.
Dickhead's
I
great.
call my wife in an argument where like I know that I'm right and there's 0% chance she's right. I call her and then it stops her in her tracks. She's like, Ryan, you can't spend money on that. I'm like, but then she like starts, she's like, do I look like a right now? She like thinks about it.
She thinks about the consequences of her actions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, am I getting lashed? All the implications that come along with it.
You basically dose her with logic.
She gets shut the heck down.
Yeah.
Next call.
Next call.
Hi, I'm a married man now, but back in my day, I would usually approach a girl and just give her a lame joke, something like the Indian that drank too much iced tea, woke up in his own teepee, stuff like that. Just get a giggle. That would be my opening. But my friends that didn't have much luck would always say, how do you just talk to her. And your batting average isn't going to be high if you're not some super max good-looking guy. It's not going to be high, but it's better than zero. Zero is going to be not talking to them at all.
The big takeaway with what he's saying, I liked what he said, is when you're talking to a girl, if she's not feeling you, as they'd say, right? Like if you're not seeing really strong eye contact, smiling, giggling, her offering opportunities to continue the conversation, her touching you, then you just say, nice meeting you. That's literally just what you say. If in any doubt you think you got on her nerves, just go, sorry, right? Because you don't want to go around a whole environment pissing a bunch of people off. That's not a fast track to winning, right? So basically, any time that it was not like completely obvious that she wants to talk, you go, hi, nice meeting you, see you later. And then just go talk to everybody every single fucking day until you are completely comfortable engaging in social interaction. If you are not someone who wants to have a lot of casual sex, don't have casual sex. But if you want to have a significant other at some point, just chat people all the time when you're out. And if they're not liking it, then just go, oh, nice meeting you. And then just dip out of there and move on. I think where people land themselves in hot water is if they keep pushing the interaction when it's obvious that that person doesn't want to talk to them. People just don't socially interact enough. And so it feels like almost every single guy has some opinion about dating or attraction, but they don't go out enough to really formulate an opinion. Like they just do it a couple times. They talk to like 15 people a year. A lot of the time I don't even teach people necessarily what to do. Kind of like what we did yesterday. Like I wasn't really telling you what to do. I was saying, let's just go out and socialize and you will begin to adapt just via that process of socializing and not making it a big deal. So like what I was trying to do with you was I was just trying to keep you calm and positive. And I trust that if I keep you calm and positive and make it low key, that you're gonna start figuring it out, right? And if we do this for like 4 or 5 nights, it will just get better, 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 better. All these different ideas about like what works, what doesn't work. It's like, just go out and socialize.
In a relationship setting, how do you deal with the paradox of, it seems from my experience that you have to have a certain degree of unavailability, so they're in a perpetual state of wanting, even in a relation, just a one-on-one relationship. Even if you do truly love them and want to like smother them, I find myself that I have to consciously not do that.
Yeah.
And it can feel unnatural. And this is a phenomenon that I don't know how to like be at ease with it or feel
He's so
comfortable.
loving. He does not want to do dread game and all these types of things.
So this is again going into like a nerdy esoteric territory. The single best book that I ever read on this that was popular in the community over the years is called The Way of the Superior Man by David Data. Did you ever catch that one?
No, his real name's Greenstein or something.
Okay.
But yes, that's a very worthwhile book.
You read that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
Yes.
so The Way of the Superior Man.
The Way of the Superior
Yeah,
Man?
it's
The Way
an
of the
amazing
Superior
book.
Man.
Yeah, incredible book. I think every guy should read it. And what he basically says in there is that in order to maintain masculine and feminine polarity and attraction, a man has to be on his purpose. So a woman can't be his purpose. Yeah.
The thing that I like about David Data is that it takes, so this is important stuff we're talking about. The aloof thing, the thing that you're talking about, like the girl wants you more if you're aloof. There's a lens. Neither of these lenses, in my opinion, is correct, and it's not. I think it's important that you just know what they both are. One of them is a cynical, like a Woody Allen type lens. I don't want to belong to any club that would have me. That's the Woody Allen quote, right? If somebody wants you, if they're smothering you with attention, what's wrong with them? Get them out of my face. This person is disgusting. They want to be around me all the time. That's one of the lenses that you look through it. Another lens is just consumer psychology. If something is, if it's on every shelf and it's cheap and it's always in your face, it's not desirable. The desirable thing is the expensive, rare thing that you have to go out of your way to get. What I like about David Data is his lens that he chooses to look through is a kinder, more just sort of well-measured. It's less crass. It's less about, these are the dynamics of fucking. It's not that. It's like your role as a man is to fulfill a purpose in the world. The woman is like, what she wants is she wants to look at that. She wants to look at you going out and doing your, shaping the world as a man should do. So it agrees with the real cynical, this is how you fuck type knowledge, but it's less crass. It's more just, it's wiser in my opinion. That's what I like about that.
Yeah, no, me too. I'd say a few things about it. One is that, so like you said, there's different lenses. So this is like a lot of what I say is empirical and based on split testing and going out for many years. Other things are just my opinions. Okay, so this is more just opinion. But I do tend to look at some of this stuff through a spiritual lens. So I don't just look at it from an empirical lens. I believe in God. I believe there is a spiritual lens here. One of the big things that you learn in Genesis, right? And I'm not even saying that I'm not like a Bible absolutist. I'm not saying that Genesis happened, but I do think that God has an influence in what ideas get distributed. Okay, so for whatever reason, God saw fit for Genesis to be widely distributed, right? So what is the very first sin that we see in Genesis, which is basically that Adam fell in lost frame, right?
Nice.
So, right? So it's the very
crazy.
first thing they teach you is that if you lose frame, you'll get kicked out of the Garden of Eden, right?
And the snake pulled away
Amogged
him.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he got Amogged by a snake. So
That's
the thing
insane.
is that, and I'm mostly a fan of the four Gospels, but if you look at the book of Exodus, it talks about the golden calf, and they call that idolatry, right? Where we start to worship a golden calf instead of worshiping God. I've definitely had many beautiful experiences with women where like we just like wind up fucking the shit out of each other for like 3 months or 6 months, and it's really cool. But at the end of it, you're just very weakened because you've been kind of in this like you're almost like a fly in the honey trap, like stuck in the honey like backwards, and you're like sucking the honey like through your beak.
You're in the stink. I didn't come up with that, and it's not something I'm talking about,
Yeah.
but that's just what they say.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
The shit of them is when you and the shit comes out. Figuratively.
You know what the term I like? The French, they call it a little death after you have an orgasm.
I don't
or
want to
whatever.
hear that either.
It's bad. It's nasty.
And the stuff I just said is disgusting. So punish me for that, Ryan, later.
Less
Thank
worse
you.
than in the stink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically
I don't
what
like
happened
any
to
of
me is
it.
about once every
Stinky death. Sorry. Go on.
Yeah, okay, so I'll start dating someone who I just have a particular amount of chemistry with, right? And we'll wind up having sex all day. It gets really romantic. And we do trips. And it's great. Like, don't get me wrong. It's a beautiful experience. I think what you realize at the end of it is like, you're not worshiping God. You're worshiping a pussy. You're not worshiping the creator. You're worshiping the creation, right? And so inevitably what I find is that when I've done that, it's almost like this trap where you get more and more and more into the girl and you're pedestalizing her rather than being grounded in the present moment. You lose what David Data would call your masculine polarity. And then inevitably she flips on you, dumps you, and then you're left fucking shattered and you haven't been working on your business for half a year. You probably haven't gone to the gym. You're a fucking mess. And what happens is you learn a lesson, which is like, you have to put your purpose first. Again, I'm not trying to push my belief system on anybody. I'm just
You should just push your belief system on people.
All right, then God first. But point being is like, it's you've been taken off your spiritual path. Or another movie actually that I think described where men though can be too rigid was the movie The Fountain with Hugh Jackman, where it's shown as this like multiple timelines. But basically what's happening is Hugh Jackman gets obsessed with living forever, and he wants his wife to live forever. So he rationalizes being kind of a dick to her in order to protect her, but she just wants to go play out in the snow. I think that on one level, we have to be on our purpose and not put the woman necessarily before our purpose or before God. But on another level, like, she wants fun. She wants you to play with her and not to take things too seriously. It's almost like two sides of the road that you don't want to go sideways on, right? I've had it where I've had a significant other and I got too serious, too focused on business, and I got dumped or cheated on, or, you know, and it's really sad. So I think you gotta have fun with her and play with her and have a good time, but at the same time, your purpose and God has to come first.
If I were to give young guys advice, which I would not be in the position of an expert on this, the way to capture female attention that's probably the most like balanced and beneficial to your spirit and just yourself is probably via that route. And it's like I've met a lot of musicians, and people look at musicians and they think it's like you get the girl because you're on stage and everybody's looking at you, which is, I'm sure, is part of it. People who are like deeply down some path, it takes over their RAS. It's what they become this task. That alone becomes very attractive to women. I remember one buddy of mine who was this kid I met from MIT, and he said that he was always lucky with women, despite having sort of a horse face, not muscly, not even like a skinny, beautiful guy. He was just like a weird looking, distinct looking guy. His biggest wet spell was when he was on Adderall, because he was so like emotionally unavailable and sucked into the thing that he was studying that it was like a magnet to women. If you're a young man and you can find something to pour yourself into, that might take care of these kinds of problems for you. It might not, but it might take care of them for you if women notice how kind of monomaniacally dedicated you are to some goal. The more noble that goal is, too, the better, you know, or the more sort of high-minded that goal is, the better.
So that handles maintaining the polarity, like what David Data would talk about. One of the things that I like but don't like is that they'll tell guys, when you have a breakup, up-level yourself and then you'll get a better girl. I believe that's really true. I think a breakup is an incredible opportunity to take all that energy, discharge it into improving. But if you don't learn social skills in addition, then it's like you've got a great product but no marketing, right? So you crush a gym, build your business, have that focus, have that whatever, but realize that you also have to put in social skills. And after a breakup, actually, I don't think you need to run out and have sex with somebody as a rebound. You could, but you've at least got to be social and not get isolated. So I think a lot of guys are not taught not to be isolated. Also, going even back on your guys' discussion point about men and women being bitter towards each other, that's absolutely true. I mean, they talk about, you know, the red pill for the men's space. You gotta understand there's something they jokingly called a pink pill, way more crazy than even anything in the red pill. I mean, if you look that shit up, that is the definition of fucking poison. It's sickening.
Is that female hate of men?
Yeah, and there's the men version, the women version, and there's a lot of division. Here's what's interesting about it. When you go out, 99.9% of the time, doesn't mean there's not exceptions. It could happen to me, it could happen to anybody, okay? There's exceptions. But 99.9% of the time, everybody's having fun. Like, you guys met some hardcore liberals last night, if you remember, those two girls that you guys met, they're hardcore liberals.
Lovable, she wants to be a cardiologist, I want to be an anesthesiologist, so we both are in medical school, 4th year. There's something wrong with Indian guys.
What's wrong with
them? They have small dicks, and they're not circumcised. Fun fact. You know what? I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like the small dick is less of a problem than uncircumcised. Kamala Harris, she's half Indian.
Libtards,
but
yeah.
They actually were libtards, but they were fun and we were having fun. So like that stuff comes up online where people are kind of like in troll mode and discharging, but it's not necessarily going to happen in person. And even people that I've met that shit talk the fuck out of me, like people that are like talk so much shit, I meet them in real life and it's like, yo, what's up? And we find things in common and we have common ground. So in my mind, I just want to be authentic and honest, which is that most people that I meet, if I got to meet them, I would like if I was in a position where I could actually relate to them. So what I think is that girls and guys online hate on each other like fucking crazy, but when you go out and you're actually just relating, if you keep the vibe high, generally none of that friction exists. The challenge is that if you look at the algorithm, right? If we were to pull our phones up right now and we do like a hardcore rage bait that's like, fuck the left or fuck the right or whatever, that shit's gonna get propped up. But if we say, hey, be reasonable, there's a principle from Stephen Covey called seek first to understand, then to be understood. If we're actually reasonable, that shit doesn't get any views. For example, if I make a video about boundaries, like if some fucking person pisses you off, fuck them, have a boundary, fuck them, kick them out of your fucking life. Just
I'm
as a
clicking
test,
that.
We're clicking.
I like that.
Yeah. But if we say, have gratitude for someone who's in your life, don't just unload people out of your life and actually try to understand them, that's just gonna do almost no views at all.
That resonates with me less.
Got it. I just think that if you actually ask somebody where they're coming from and try to dig in, you'll find their humanity in there somewhere. Now, they might have a lot of fucked up shit in their head, but if you can kind of dig in there a little bit, you'll generally get along with most people. And here's another thing too. What I liked about Jesus, for example, many things, but one of the biggest things I liked about it was he forgave people when he's on the cross, because he's like, even if you fucking kill me and torture me, you're not gonna fuck up my frame. Like Jesus had like ultimate frame control. He had like super frame, right? So I think like another thing too is like, even when you meet people out that are fucking dickheads and fucking assholes, if your frame is that fucking strong and you're like, you know what? I fucking love you anyway. And you're not gonna fuck up my day. I love you anyway. Eventually you can break that frame, but we've gotta get our shit together somehow. Like somehow, some way, we've got to like find the fucking common ground. The problem is with the far left mind virus is like, it literally is a cult hijacking. And I'm saying that as somebody who's studied that kind of stuff for decades. It's fucking terrifying. You know, if you look at like, say, Trump derangement syndrome, doesn't mean anybody be a fan of Trump, but they're like, stuff like that. So some of those people are just so far gone, you can't find common ground. But I think that the majority of people, you can find common ground. So that's like sort of a hobby of mine, I guess you could say. You have the two most important skills for attraction, which is the ability to free associate, like just to joke around off the cuff.
Freestyle.
Yeah, freestyle. And then the other one is frame, and your frame is super strong.
Thank you so much. But I do know that you are putting me in your frame by complimenting me.
I'm not.
Well, you are.
No, bro, I'm really not. Like
that's more. That's frame grabbing.
See that? His frame is strong.
No, he's right. You really are.
Sam,
cool guy.
Sam.
You really are.
Yeah,
like you're in my frame.
Yeah. See how he
you're
does
in my
it?
frame.
You see that? Look.
I'm like, yo, Ryan, you're actually like a god.
Look.
But you're in my frame because I'm doing this to you.
My frame has disappeared. Between the two of you, I have zero effing frame.
Did you naturally cultivate that, or is it something that you worked on?
Can you take me out of your frame for a second here?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
He admitted.
No, this is real though. Like, I just be honest with you.
Hold on, because I know the frame is. I know that the frame is coming around me like some type of Dr. Octopus contraption.
Behind you.
I'm Spider-Man, baby.
Yeah. No, bro. I mean, like, because I free associate for a living.
I can't get out of the frame.
Yeah.
I can't. Spider-Man dies.
I free associate for a living.
Spider-Man dies.
Yeah. Look, do you guys see what's happening? His frame is literally impenetrable.
The frame, if I were 1% weaker, this frame that I'm in right now would have collapsed my body like the Titan submersible. I'm a Pakistani kid with his dad on a tour of the deep sea in a fucking plastic tube. There's 3,000 pounds of pressure of water around me. It's his frame. It's gonna collapse on me and turn me into pink mist at any moment here.
So look at his free associative ability. Do you see the free associative ability? Most guys can't do that. Most guys average conversations like this.
If Chris learns to do this to me, that's gonna be a whole set of problems here.
His frame is literally impenetrable. I saw it when I was watching your videos. And his ability to free associate is crazy.
He's adding insult to injury right now by saying that what he's penetrated is impenetrable.
Oh my.
It's like if I'm fucking a girl and I'm like, this girl is literally unfuckable right now.
But look at how much he can free associate. And
I'm moving my hips in a Dominican way just to fuck with you. It's not even making it feel better. Do you understand how I'm cracking and fatiguing under the barrage of shit tests right now?
Owen, stop playing with your food and just eat them already.
Yeah.
He's like a tiger, and I'm like a little bunny. Being eaten alive right now.
By the way, the self-deprecation is incredible frame control too. Yeah.
Stop it! Stop it!
A really good line is, like, one of the best lines ever is, I'm hung like a little wet carrot. It's one of the best lines ever.
He's already dead, Owen.
Yeah. Because
psychic warfare.
He has no idea. He would be unstoppable.
This is just
unstoppable.
Cruel.
But guys, look at the skills that he has.
Here it comes.
And see the here it comes? That's perfect for girls. He's literally a master of this. See this? This is what you do. This is literally what you do. If he does this when he goes out, he will crush it.
My favorite that I learned from Sam was, I'll deal with you later.
So do you see how he does this? What's he doing when he does
Chris
this?
just did was like when there's a sniper, there's another guy looking with binoculars. He's like, 2 points down, 3 clicks left.
He's just looking through the binoculars going, damn, this guy's good.
When he does
That's
this,
all he's doing.
So that's called frame control. So then if I keep doing it, then I'm feeding in his frame. And that's what's happening when you're going out creating attraction.
Oh.
And so I'm hammering this, not to be difficult, but to make the point for a viewer, what he's doing is literally what you would have seen in those old videos. Total frame control, total certainty, not able to get in your head, and ability to free associate. And that's basically what you would have seen in those old videos, except the girl would have been getting attracted.
I have a question.
But why is no one fucking talking about this anymore? I look fucking like an idiot. I'm like, frame, bro. Like, no, don't worry about being a 6'4" millionaire. It's your frame. I look fucking stupid. And then we're trying to point at this abstract stuff. But this is actually what works.
Well, I'm still a proponent of the height surgery.
That's a perfect frame control. Do you remember when Trump, Megyn Kelly was like, you call women fat pigs and dogs? He goes, only Rosie O'Donnell. He doesn't acknowledge that conversational thread. He puts it back and she goes, that's not true. And he goes, sure it's not. And then he redirects it onto like, we got to save the country. Trump is the kingpin fucking frame controller.
What does agree and amplify mean?
It basically just means like you're a jerk. You're like, yeah, what do you like about jerks? In other words, I will not self-qualify to you.
So that's one way of dealing with a shit test.
Yes.
Is sort of a judo type where you take their energy and you boost their energy.
Yes. So in other words, if you look at, say, an expensive watch, right? Say you buy a Patek Philippe, Rolex, AP, Richard Mille, they will frame control you to pay $100,000 for like a stainless steel watch. And that you're lucky to be able to get it. They're like masters of frame control. Without that frame control and scarcity, those watches would be maybe worth $500 or $1,000, even if it's haute horology. In any social interaction, there's one person reacting more to the other person than that person is reacting to them, okay? So if that girl says to you like, well, you're a jerk, and you're like, no, I'm not, now you're self-qualifying to her, which means that she is the buyer and you're the seller. Now, this is where it gets fucking weird. To hear me say this, again, this is why it would be better if like Harvard or Yale would put this out so you can see it. But basically what happens is that if you just completely in your mind believe that you're the buyer who's evaluating them and not the seller, then what happens is they start self-qualifying. A simple experiment that anybody could do, walk up to someone and say like, hey, I'm gonna have a party. Would you add to the value of the party? Are you a vibe? And I've literally done videos like this and I'll go, are you a vibe? And they go, I'm a vibe. And I go, and just to show how egregious and ridiculous this is, I'll go, no, but are you a vibe? And they're like, no, I'm a vibe. And I'll be like, yeah, but are you stuck up? No, I'm not stuck up. But are you really a vibe? Yes, I'm a vibe. And you can keep that shit rolling for like 20, 30 fucking minutes, and they're just in this loop of self-qualification. Then you start talking to other people around. Talk to guys, talk to girls, so that your value is there. That initiates them to chase in the same way that Rolex says, no, we don't have the Rolex you want. You just get put on the list and you get an allocation of the watch, which all that an allocation means, you think allocation was free for how much they frame it that you're getting a watch. Allocation means that you get to pay for it. Like you get the privilege to give us $80,000 for a stainless steel watch or a gold watch. That's called an allocation. So, Ferrari does this. They make you buy the crappy Ferrari before you get the good Ferrari. Everything there is the buyer-seller dynamic. Art is the ultimate example. It's like some random fucking crayon painting for $100 million. That's fucking frame control.
Are those diamonds around your neck real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Non sequitur, just curious.
Yeah. I'll teach wealth building, so I try to put that in there. But the point is this, right? I just separate it from what caused attraction. It was to the point that I didn't even teach dating for a long time. And then it just pissed me off so much, I started doing content about it again. It went from you got to have, this car and you've got to have this house. And then it just gets to the point of plastic surgery and leg extensions. And I'm like, dude, I got to make some content about this again.
Sounds
I thought if you just left it alone that, it would self-correct, but it's not self-correcting. And the thing is that I think a lot of the censorship on YouTube actually creates a lot of this bullshit. It honestly does. And the other thing that I would say is, I don't even want to be the authority in this. I don't want to teach this shit. It has too much blowback on it. I don't want to be the teacher of this. Where is fucking Harvard? Where is Stanford? Where is Yale? Where is Princeton? Why don't they do some research on this? How come the best research out of Harvard is some nerd at a bar the girl turned her feet. Bro, go actually do this. I don't want to be the expert in this shit. I don't. It's endless friction, endless fucking bullshit. Harvard and Yale and Princeton and Stanford owes it to humanity to know as much about human mating and attraction as a fucking penguin's mating and attraction. Why do they know more about bacteria replication than human replication? And the reason why they won't say it is because it breaks their sacred cows. They don't want to show the truth about it. They won't do it. Plenty of celebrities know the truth about this shit because they see what goes on, but they won't actually say it because people get too offended. But eventually this shit's gonna come out. It's going to come out.
What's that, hypergamy?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest with you, you know? But hypergamy is not the way that it, see, hypergamy back in the day was understood as, it was more about your energy, your vibe, your confidence, your frame, your humor. Even the way that you were just free associating for the past several minutes is fucking awesome when you go talk to girls because it shows creativity, it shows things about your mind. So hypergamy is not just, oh, your money or your bank account. And again, I really, really want to emphasize that if someone is not certain in themselves independently and they need those crutches, if somebody who is more certain than them walks up on their girl, they may wind up getting ganked and their girl will leave with that fucking guy. So it is not a good place to be coming from. If you want to look better because you just want to look better, if you want to get rich because you want to get rich, do it for your own reasons, but it's not something that you should be doing as a way to, like, as the primary way that you're attracting women.
There does seem to be like a lot of hostility between men and women from things you'll see online or whatever, but I don't know what it's like. The Looksmaxing thing makes sense to me, like they're nailing objectively the attraction point. That is a metric that you can objectively nail versus something of like, I don't know what type of woman this is, what kind of poison she's got in her head. That's a complicated minefield of stuff. So it's like, at least I could like absolutely nail the fact that I'm objectively good looking. That may be like, I can create the perfect fishing rod and that might not equate to I'm a good fisherman or something. But it's something, you know, it's because there's so much like static and chaos with the way that the genders are interacting or like the perceived hostility going out into the world. That it does seem to make sense in a
But shouldn't
way.
there be footage showing examples of it? How come you can't go on the internet and find
A Harvard
footage
course on-
showing examples of what it looks like right now?
And how to hammer your face correctly, like it's Bob Villa with like a little.
Basically, you remove the examples of what it looks like, and now guys just punch themselves in the fucking face.
It's also like even in like movies and just like culture, it's like it's always like an anecdote. Even with like older like boomers, it's like you'll never figure out women. It just never will ever
that's
happen
true.
ever. We'll land on the moon, but like figuring out women, that's an unsolvable equation. Like, and it's like a cultural like say, like it's like a thing. Like we've heard it in popular media. And
could be a boomer poisoning.
But we can solve it in a night.
Definitely
And
is.
this is really not that complicated. They're making something that's very simple, super complicated, and super vague. Higher institutions owe it to humanity to know as much about human mating as a fucking goat mating. Okay? But they won't touch it. They could solve this in a weekend, but they won't touch it.
The thing I really love about last night was we had a talk in the command center, which was the vehicle that we're monitoring live Luke's progress. I asked you, what is the ultimate goal? Should, in the back of his mind, should he be thinking kiss? Number, what? Is it hookups? But you're talking about just making friends with women or getting used to speaking to them, and it's demystifying the sort of distance between them. And in that way, you're not even preserving their dignity, you're heightening it because you're actually interacting with them. You're not making them this sort of, I don't know, like unattainable thing. And basically, you even said that if you want a wife, you can talk to 50 women. That'll help you when you see a woman who you want a wife up to engage her. And then you don't let that slip through your hands. So it has a practical, like lifelong sort of thing. And it doesn't have to be a hookup or whatever. It could be whatever you want it to be.
You do catch and release.
Or friends. You were saying make,
Friends.
which is I wouldn't want to make too many friends with too many women. But I mean, you almost sold me on it.
What do you think would happen to your dating life if you had 20 really cool women around you and then you met a girl out?
As a married guy, I have no
I get
desire,
it. But I mean somebody who was single.
But think about it.
Make a woman friend? Wow.
Vividly think about it. What would it be like, bro? Yeah.
I was gonna say
Valentine
too,
can think about it.
I already
Your
am.
20 female friends.
I'm upstairs. It's very loud. Oh my god. But no. What I was gonna say is, I'm to play devil's advocate because I can already see the comment section being like a war zone. You're gonna hear the guys who aren't entirely picking all this up, and they're gonna say, "Well, look at the girls you're going after. You're in a filthy bar." You know, I've seen echoes of that behavior in regular girls you meet every day. You know, in a cafe or at the post office or something. You see echoes of that. And for me, what we did last night, because that's not my environment. I do not like bars. They're loud. They're overstimulating. I like to go up to a girl, you know, in broad daylight. And but what you said about not fearing rejection and not letting it get to you. Because I've been there where I get rejected so hard it just like kills me for a week. And I'm just like ruminating on it years after the fact. And you said, yep, just got to keep moving. And it really is just a mindset thing. So if you can put yourself in that mindset in an environment you're not familiar with, you'll be just as good in an environment where you are. You'll carry it over. And practice makes perfect. You're just gaining XP, basically.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. It's if you want to actually work on your social skills, you've got to go to a place where there's a lot of people so you can work on it. If we were to go to a grocery store in the day, you might meet 2 people in an hour or something, right? So you never get any momentum with it. But the same principles that you learn when you're out, you could do in the day. I happen to live in LA. I live in the Hollywood Hills. We've got another fat crib in Malibu. So obviously we're meeting, a certain type of girl in those environments. But you got to understand, I'm a nature guy. Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Arizona, Oregon. I spent a lot of time in Oregon. So we're doing the same stuff in small towns as well.
In the woods.
Out in the woods.
Woodland pickup.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. You have to listen to me.
Yeah.
It's me. Is this awkward?
Yeah. And it's also that if you can do it in a big city like, in LA and some Hollywood Hills party, it's really comfortable doing it like at a dive bar in Alaska or, on the street in Oregon or something like that. So, and again, also, if people have an objection, that happened because those thousands and thousands of hours of real life interaction got removed. So you could have had a frame of reference to go and look at it, but they change it. Tim Pool has a comment where he says there's kind of like a fake right wing online because the real right wing got banned. And so your version of right wing is like Ben Shapiro, whereas a more advanced version of the right wing might be a guy like, say, Mike Benz, who I think Mike Benz is a generational talent. And so Mike didn't even feel comfortable to post anything for quite a long time. So what happens is that it creates sort of a false reality by who they allow on the platform and who is not allowed on the platform. Notice how back in the day, you had real life social interaction, which taught guys, be yourself, be confident, learn social skills, you could do it. That brought men and women together and it brought about families. Now, all of a sudden, you remove that, then it goes into this like plastic surgery, car, have to look like this, have to do that, whatever. And what's happening to the population? The population is going down. Now, is that the depopulation agenda? I don't know, but it kind of fucking looks like it, whether it is actually or not.
Everything you're saying certainly rings true, and it sounds better than bone smashing. I feel like there's like a fundamental difference at the kernel of what is driving people. I know what it's like to be a little bit awkward looking and to be a little bit like an incel and a overly cerebral person. So I can imagine what it must be like to be a very ugly total loser. The total loser thing combined with this environment, the modern 2025 extreme hostility to men environment, that's created a different character or different actor than the type of person who could unlock a lot by being told to be themselves. You know what I mean?
Sure.
What you would want to be is you would want to be handsome, wearing like like stilts that make you a foot taller than everybody else, shoulders this wide apart. You know the Bad Boy logo with the jawline? 8th image there. Yeah, that right there.
Yep.
I think that what these people might be doing is, have you noticed how cars are getting intentionally ugly?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what a modern BMW looks like?
No.
Type in new BMW M4. When people talk about this, they say it looks aggressive.
Okay.
And what it looks like, it is intentionally ugly in a sort of fuck you sense. If you're looking at this car, fuck you. It's not beautiful. It's not anything that anybody who's ever philosophized about design before has thought, oh, it's a penis replacement. It's for guys that wish their dick was bigger. No, because women drive stuff like this too. If you look at new Jaguars, new Land Rovers, it's meant to say, fuck you. And it's a hostile response. It's a defensive response. It's like when someone is so traumatized, you reach out to help them and they attack you. That's what this is. And this encompasses almost all of modern car design that's not like RAV4 CRV basic bitch like level. If you were a, a rich cunty housewife, or if you're a doctor or something, if you have the beans to go in on a $90,000+ car, you would get something that's so ugly, you're armoring yourself up. This is what you're gonna see creeping into mainstream car design, is stuff that looks like a genderless gay guy, warlord, dance instructor's way of surviving the apocalypse.
Mad Max.
Is what you're gonna see in mainstream car design more and more. And I think that the Looksmaxing stuff, it's not about, I wanna feel good about who I really am. It's not about, I wanna go out and experience the sensation of intermingling with other human souls, which I feel like is what you are about. I feel like you enjoy people. And that is not what Looksmaxing is about, I don't think. I think it's about armoring yourself up so that you are just not fuckwithable.
Except they are.
Oh, well, I mean...
Yeah, they super are.
Okay.
I mean, if you were to see one of those guys with their girlfriend and they have not solved the issue of finding that certainty within themselves and needing a crutch to find it, you will walk up to them and you will have a 70-80% chance of leaving with their girlfriend. They're looking for something within the group think to tell them that they're okay. And so if somebody with a stronger frame comes in and starts teasing them and clowning them, and then they put their hand out, they're gonna get ganked bad. I'm not gonna name names, but I've seen some of these guys out and some things have happened, bro. It's, I'll give Clav credit though. This is where I give him a lot of credit. He goes out. This guy is showing kick streaming of himself going out, which is something that most of these guys would never do. So I give Clav a lot of credit for that. He actually goes out.
If you have an IQ that's above room temperature, you're gonna get a little cerebral when you fail. You're gonna look at, what did I do wrong? How do I fix this? I think we're in that age where people overanalyze, and that's where a lot of the more extreme ends of like Looksmaxing comes in. Really, it's just taking action. If you're a man, you just gotta go in and do it, and then you can keep rolling with it. You're gonna fail, because I've failed in the past. I've made an ass of myself, and then I'd go home and I'd be like, what did I do wrong? Oh, I missed it. And you even said if you smell bad, it doesn't even matter sometimes.
Because they're partying, bro.
Yeah.
They're having fun. They're not looking at you that deeply.
Remarkable.
We're deciding whether or not he should keep his glasses on, these little like micro adjustments. Yeah. Look at that severe ocular area. I think you should that's
I can't see is
like
the
a
problem.
Crocodile.
Like a croc, like a killer croc.
Yeah, like a predator.
Nice.
A predator.
Predator.
A predator. A dater before
a predator.
Yep.
Yeah, so the energy's got all fucked up right now because people are paranoid because of the content that they're seeing. Again, I like these guys to get value from them, but if every single men's coach is just like, well, you have to have this and you have to have that, and that's all that you're getting, then you feel like shit. Then when you go out, you're putting out weird vibes that you're not enough. You're gonna self-qualify, your voice is gonna be fucked up, eye contact's fucked up, trying too hard, nervous about it, you're gonna come across wrong, and then that's just gonna further reinforce that belief system. A guy like Elliot Rodgers, for example, was actually a very good-looking guy. Maybe not good enough for the Looksmaxers, I don't know, but he was a very good-looking guy. He even had a nice car, but he was convinced that he wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta understand, like, this is not some, like, feel-good message of, like, you're good enough. Like, if I thought that you needed to have looks or money or whatever the fuck it is to be able to meet a girl, I would just be pragmatic about it and I would just go focus on that. So what I'm telling guys, like, you've got to understand, I've gone out for 25 years, okay? Often like 4 to 7 nights a week. A lot of these good looking guys show up with their girl and they leave alone, bro. I can't tell you how many times I've taught some guy, 6'3", 6'4", classically good looking. He's got an ego because he has like a big ego that he's good looking. And then you've got some 5'2" little dude. He'll come in from like South America, barely speaks English. He's like, hello, my name is Pedro, right? And he's running around like making out with girls. And meanwhile, the good looking guy just sitting there with his ego fucking destroyed. So a lot of this shit is just getting past your own ego and actually having fun with people. And you'd be surprised. It can really go very, very well. And people will deny this and then they'll say, oh no, that's bullshit. But let me make another point. One of the big critiques that I get on this is people will say, you're just saying that because you sell a training on it. So it's in your advantage to say that and sell a training. Okay, let me counter that. No, instead of just learning to be your fucking self, instead of that, how about this? You need to learn to be rich. Okay, I'll bring in my rich friends who sell programs and then I'll get a 50% affiliate commission and get them to sell you a training. Oh, you also have to be jacked. Cool, I'll bring in my friend Brandon Carter, Greg O'Gallagher, all my friends that are fit. No, he's gonna sell you a training too. Do a parasite detox, you can't get a girl. Okay, now I'll bring in my friend Josh Mason. I'll sell you everything, bro. You need it all. How is that even good business saying that you don't even need anything?
You gotta smash watermelons. I'll bring in my friend Gallagher.
Yeah, I have every fucking incentive to say that you need 50 million things and to make money off all of it. And I'm just saying, look, this shit's simple. You can learn it in about a night. Just go out, learn to be comfortable with yourself, and you're gonna have a good experience and you can build on that.
There was a beagle element, and you've never done a PUA situation.
There was a beagle and an unnaturally good-looking man element that may have skewed the results.
Well, then get a beagle. But again, I do look like a leprechaun, and I was the first one into every interaction.
That is true. It was actually
He might be
stunning.
down. Well, he's saying he looks bad. I don't think that's true.
No,
but-
he doesn't look bad.
No.
He looks fine. No, I'm just kidding. Talking about him while he's right there.
Well, let's just say in the Looksmaxing community, I would be put as, what they call it, subhuman or something like
Sub-5. Wow.
Subhuman.
I don't even know where I want to be on that. I don't want to know.
I know that this is not in the direction that you're saying right now, but I want to know, like, if you are out, you see a woman that is like beautiful, and you want to get to know her better, talk to her. How do you open? What do you? And I'm not asking for a hard rule. I want to know just like creativity.
Okay.
What are you thinking as you're coming up to think of something to say to her?
When I first go out, even with me having done this for a quarter of a century, and I think you might share this same quality, I have a very heavy mind and a very logical mind. So you joke around, but like we were talking about AI earlier, and I'm like, holy shit, like your mind is like a machine.
I made it all up.
It's
Go ahead.
Exactly. So the thing is, like, when you get out there, you're coming off the workday, and I think a lot of guys will try to silence that using alcohol or smoking weed. And then what happens, a lot of the guys that are the best with girls are just like club promoters that just party all the time. So I think that if you're gonna build your business or be a professional, and then you're not gonna rely on alcohol and you're not gonna rely on weed, you have to allow yourself an initial half hour, even to an hour. And doesn't mean that it will be every time, by the way. Sometimes it's just cracking as soon as you get out there, like just right away. But sometimes your logical mind is so heavy from things that you're working on, and women want you to be fun and lighthearted and present to the moment. So when I first go out, sometimes it's cracking right away, but sometimes I fucking suck, bro. It's really bad. And I'm like, shit, like I did this all these years, like this is how bad I am, like this really sucks. and if I'm just on vacation, I don't have to deal with that because I'm having fun all the time. But if I'm working really, really, really hard, then I find that I get too logical. This is why I get pissed off when guys say that you need money. And I'm like, do you understand that the guys that often do the best of girls are like club promoters that just have fun all the time? Meanwhile, the rich guys are the one, like especially the really rich guys, are the ones that are paying me big money to take my programs because imagine being me and you've got guys that are some of the top entrepreneurs in the world that are taking your training and they're literally billionaires or literally have hundreds of millions of dollars, and it's put them so deep in their head that they cannot relate to a woman. Now, every guy that doesn't have money will be like, oh, if I had money, I'd fucking be able to get girls. No.
Well, those guys, their wives fucking go bang Leonardo DiCaprio and
Bro, not only
leave
that,
him.
not only that, which you're probably talking about the meme with Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos, but that's a sidetrack thing. Is if you have a woman that like is solid and takes care of you, you have better quality of life than most of these billionaires. That's just one sidetrack.
Wow.
Go
Well,
ahead.
it's that, but also like I've been a part of EO, which is Entrepreneur Organization, or YPO, Young Presidents Organization, or Summit Series, and I've been in all sorts of entrepreneur networking groups, and most of those guys struggle with women, even though they're rich. Meanwhile, a guy who goes out and has fun all the time, even if he's broke, living on a fucking couch, those guys tend to do pretty well. Or like, artists or DJs or things like that. What I would say is, if you're somebody who like doesn't want to have to be a DJ or a fucking club promoter, and you want to build a business, and it's very logic heavy, allow yourself a little bit of time to kind of ease into it and be gentle on yourself and be like, okay, it's gonna take me half an hour to get into this, right? It's like, okay, say you go to as an example, right? If you can't just go like just spooge. Now,
I think we get the point.
I think it's splooge.
Yeah, you can't just go.
I don't want to hear any more of that, and this also we can wrap it.
Sure.
But
So, okay.
you want to hear more about?
Yeah. So what happens is this, right? You get into a rhythm, and once you're in a rhythm, then what's gonna happen is
You bust a nut.
Yeah. So
You fucking bust a nut.
Yeah.
You splooge.
Yeah. So
Right,
that's
Rivera?
I just merely corrected the.
Yeah. So that's called getting in state. Okay.
Yeah.
So
White
you
cream.
You just
From the banana tip. Frothy.
And
Is this fun?
It hit
Sorry,
my penis.
Yeah. So okay, so what's gonna happen is like initially when you go out, you feel this like I want validation. Okay, you're like I just want them to like me. I don't want to get rejected. But if you can just keep positive and not rely on alcohol,
Drinking does not help you, does it?
to be fair, I don't drink because I think it's not worth it. But I mean, alcohol has been helping men get laid for, a gazillion years, right?
Okay.
But I think that a healthier, more sustainable way to do it is to not drink because it's just going to run you down over time. I also think that you lose the personal development element of it if you're relying on alcohol. Otherwise, what have you learned? Just how to get wasted and go party. It's not that it doesn't work, but if from a personal development standpoint and building actual confidence, the shift that happens is that you go out and no matter what you open with, it's just not going to work initially, right? If you're in this kind of like, I want validation mode. But if you can just let it be there, eventually it shifts to where you start to self-validate. You go, you know what? I'm actually doing this. It takes balls to do this. I feel good about myself, and you give yourself props. You will start to like self-generate the kind of spiritual energy inside your body, like feeling good, and it starts to emanate out like a Care Bear, and then anything can open. And I'm talking anything. Like you guys would have seen me last night. Like I pointed that girl with her boyfriend, hey, come here. Like just you, come here, or something like that, and she just popped up. So the main key with how to open.
That sounds like a fucking nightmare. For the boyfriend.
It was so
a guy's
crazy.
pointing at you, your girl saying, you come here, and she does it.
He's got to do something.
Get a gun out.
He's got to do jujitsu or something.
What it felt like perceptively was like most of society like doesn't steal things, and like if you wake up one day and like your car's gone, how did that happen? And the person just did it, even though like that's illegal.
Yep.
Like, but he did it.
So here's the main 2 points. First of all,
it's like that.
Let's put it this way. A, she has free will.
Yeah.
And she is her own person. She has free will. She's her own person, right? But again, for me, I don't want to hook up with a girl with a boyfriend. And this will probably be one of the harder things to believe I'm going to say here. When I do that, okay, we will always say, hey, go back to your man after. We'll always say that, okay? I'm not going to go home and go have sex with a girl who's on a date with her fucking boyfriend, right? It's like a science experiment, okay? Like, how come I have to be the guy to show this? I didn't teach this stuff for a long time. I only recently started talking about it again in detail because of all this like Looksmaxing stuff, and I just couldn't handle it anymore, so I started talking about it again. And I haven't even done podcasts. You guys have never even seen me on podcasts. It's like Owen's doing a podcast now, but it just pissed me off so much hearing about guys doing surgery on themselves. I couldn't take it anymore. So when I show something like that, it's not that I think it's like, oh, go steal some guy's girlfriend, which again, people have free will. You can't even steal somebody anyway. But then from there, for the purpose of fucking science, I don't want to be the guru of this shit. Where's Harvard? Where's Stanford? Where's Princeton? Why don't they show that that is common and possible? I will go up and not even talk at all and just make like a funny face, and I'll crush it right from there too.
Could you make it one of the faces?
You just go,
oh yeah, baby.
And then they go,
yo.
Yeah, and then you just look and they go, what's your name? And then you just go, well, you make another face. I go, oh my God, you're so funny. And you're like that, they're like, ah. And like, I've gone like 15, 20 minutes without even talking at all. You know where I figured that out? Because I was on this big like generational run one night with some students showing them different stuff. And then he said, well, not just you, like you never get rejected. And I'm like, dude, I get rejected plenty. And he's like, no, you don't. I never saw you get rejected. I said, which I do get rejected plenty. So then I said, okay, watch this. I'll show you me getting rejected. So I walked up and I just didn't talk at all. And then it was even better.
Damn.
And then he's like, even when you don't talk, you don't get rejected.
Damn.
So imagine me doing this without even fucking talking. And then I've got to hear like, punch yourself in the fucking face and fucking extend your fucking legs and you need to be a fucking billionaire and all this shit. I'm like, are you guys retarded? If somebody wants to do that for themselves, go do it for yourself. It's great. Do your looks, awesome. But you shouldn't need that to be able to attract somebody.
My wife was bringing that up, the surgery, the leg lift.
Yeah.
This is not how this went, but I think it'd be funny if it did go there. She was like, that's so gross. This guy did like this leg extension thing. And I'm like, yeah, that's gross. She's like, it's like really cheap and like painless, apparently. I don't know.
It's not cheap and painless?
I don't believe
and
so.
And it heals
but
fast.
Like the idea that she was trying to like
she was trying to plant it as a seed? That's a joke?
But I was thinking, I was like, is this where this is going?
Well, I was just captivated by the idea of it being cheap and painless because that made me think.
You do want to be taller?
Yeah.
Would you actually want to be taller?
You're pretty tall.
Really?
Yeah.
Pretty tall, bro.
Like, don't you have trouble in a plane?
Taking shits, normal size shits?
Normal size shits and fitting in a bathroom stall, and it's already hard enough.
Fitting in a bathroom stall.
Riding a race car.
Probably the best problem to have.
I sleep in a race car bed with my feet popping out.
Sticking out the end, like 6 feet over the edge.
Hey guys, I know you liked what you just saw. How do I know that? Because you're watching this comes at the end of it. Unless you died on the toilet and the EMTs are listening now. If that's the case, we support all EMTs. EMTs, check it out. I know you guys are stressed out. I know you're working the night shift. I know you got this fat dead guy covered in food crumbs, but he's got a smell bag. See that empty McDonald's bag? That's just for the smells. He used to be our fan. We got to replace him. I know you're a good dude, okay? Because you try to help people. Check it out, mde.tv. Go there now if you want to see the full episode. Boom.
What was that? Did you see that? 14 karat white gold.
David Christian is the best known.
You're gonna want to stick around for this one. Close those blinds, light up that cigar, and prepare to have your mind expanded. It's the Sam Hyde Show, up next on C98.
For years, our gadgets have asked us to conform. Now a device asks the world to conform to your mind. Meet Zorby, a rad EEG band that plugs your brain into the digital playground.
Through EEG technology, the Zorby connects to the brain's electrodes. It takes this signal and sends it into space via satellite, so we can have full access to your brain.
Uploading Zorby data Express Connect. Your estimated wait time is 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Hi, Mr. Richardson. I'm Dr. Pecker. This is my YN, Dr. Kulo. We're here for your install today.
How long is it going to take? I'm on a tight schedule.
You gonna let us the fuck in or what?
Right this way, gentlemen.
Nice place you got here.
Comes with a view.
How many amps is that speaker?
Oh, 110, 120. Oh, yeah?
All right, Mr. Richardson, since you're one of the first 100 customers to try the Zorby Bluetooth insert, you're going to get a free trial of Hulu Plus. Do you have a history of sleep trouble or sleep apnea?
No, not at all.
Do you have high blood pressure?
Nope. I was at the country club drinking with my son. I got shit-faced and I had to drive home. I didn't think there'd be any cops out in the afternoon, so... But when I came around the corner, I hit the neighbor's cat, and my kid went to school and told the teacher, I think I'm fucked.
Mr. Richardson, do you blaze?
I blaze on that pen every once in a while, but I try to cut that shit out. You know, the buds stick to my fingers like cotton candy, and it's real hard to not hit it.
So what was your school life like, Mr. Richardson?
I dropped out. I used to carry my Glock around. When I walked down the street, nobody would fuck with me. The block would empty out. First thing they would see is this big dick swing, and the next thing I see is a gun in their face. No one fucks with me.
Mr. Richardson, do you have any siblings?
I have a sister.
Can I fuck her?
No.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
What fuck kind of question is that?
Fuck. This fucking thing. Shit! Fuck!
What's going on? We're on fire! What's going on? Fire! It's that there.
Shut the power! What are you doing? You fuck!
We're on fire! He's on fire!
Fuck!
Fuck! Sam's calling. Hey, Sam! What?
Anthony, why is my Zorby smoking?
Look, Sam. Look.
No. Stop talking, activate listening mode.
Coma alert.
I got my model train set up and it's gonna run right through your parents' fucking ligaments, okay? The choo-choo's leaving the station, Anthony. Choo-choo-choo-choo-choo. Fix that shit!
Crackers?
Fix the shit!
Crackers, is that you?
Are you hungry, nigga? You gonna be starving after you fuck this up. MyPillow.com is the place to go when you need soft pillows, and clean sheets. We don't wash them. You don't know how to do laundry. You're 26 years old and you don't know how to do laundry. It's easier just to buy new. So go to MyPillow.com and use code SAM to check them out.
I'm hitting the juice, relax. Hitting the juice. How many joules we got? What's the wattage?
35.
Fuck!
I'm boosting it up, shitting it up.
Anthony, you fucking up the job site over there? What's my Zorby smoking?
This guy's going into a fucking coma, man. Come on! Didn't we do the train? You did 2 hours of training. You tell me you don't know how to fucking do it?
Stalking. I hate that. I hate that.
Well, listen, I'm plugging it, unplugging.
Unplug it.
Fuck!
Brain damage achieved. Time frame permanent.
Whoa.
Thank you for using Zorby.
You alright? Mr. Richardson, you okay?
How you fucking look at you? Look great. Look at you. Look, Nas did wonders for you. How do you feel?
Like a fucking $1,000,000.
Boy. You gonna run over some cats in your Ford Explorer?
Absolutely.
Time to bust into the future so fat. Zorby, fuck your mind.